What's up, y'all? My name is Jacob Thornton. I'm a Christian. I'm a disciple of Jesus. I'm a member of the body of Christ, the Church of Christ. When I heard about the resurrection of the Messiah, I believed it after taking a look at what the scriptures say. I believed it, and then I was buried with Jesus in baptism and risen with him to walk in newness of life. And since then, it's been a journey. And so today I'd like to take some time taking a look at two concepts from the book of Revelation. The first concept that I want to look at, because in Revelation chapter 20, what do you read about? Because me, myself personally, having studied the book of Revelation and created a 360 something page commentary on the book, breaking down each section, and knowing that it's based on Daniel chapter 7, I have come to the understanding that, yes, I still do believe in a final judgment, but I do not believe that that's what the book of Revelation is about. So in Revelation, the picture, the illustration given is this. I'm going to tell you this illustration. The illustration is this. The scriptures teach in Revelation chapter 13 that there would come this eighth king called the beast, and he is pictured as putting all of his enemies to death, including the saints, because the saints didn't worship him. So the illustration given in the book of Revelation is that every single opposition to this eighth king is dead. All the saints in the book of Revelation are dead by chapter 19. Then you get to chapter 19, and Jesus is pictured as coming and putting to death this eighth king and everyone who aligned themselves with him. So when you get to the beginning of chapter 20, if you looked at the earth, everybody's dead. There's no living person on the earth. And Jesus comes, and what does he do? He resurrects the saints. And then who's the only living ones on the earth? Well, it's the saints. The saints who were put to death by this eighth king, and they're pictured as coming back to life. So it's not literal, right? It's not talking about, oh, literally all Christians are going to be put to death, and then those Christians who were put to death during that reign of that eighth king are going to be the only ones resurrected. That's not what it's about. It's a picture of victory for those who were persecuted by that eighth king. But I want you to notice this. In Revelation chapter 20, it references a judgment, right? There's a judgment scene. And I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face earth and the heaven fled away. And there was found no more place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God. And the books were opened. Okay. You have this judgment scene where individuals are standing before God and they're being judged. And in this judgment scene, when they're being judged, it says, and the books were opened. Well, this is Daniel 7. If somebody were to deny that Revelation were based on Daniel 7, it would be either out of ignorance or dishonesty. Daniel 7 pictures the same judgment scene. In Daniel chapter 7, it pictures a judgment against Rome during this time of that beast who would oppress the saints, make war against them, speak blasphemy against God. And look what it says. It says, I beheld, and a horn. In this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man and a mouth speaking great things, a reference to this persecuting king from Rome. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. What does that mean? It means the throne was set. The throne was cast down. The Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as of burning fire. Here's the judgment scene. This is Revelation chapter 20. And it says, a fiery stream issued and came forth from before him. Thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and get this, the books, they were opened. So you have this picture of a judgment, and then what does it say? The books were opened. There's one sitting on the throne. It's a judgment scene. The throne is set, the books are opened, and what is the illustration given? What is the pronounced victory from this judgment? Well, Daniel chapter 7, when you read about the promise of this victorious outcome, that would be given to the saints. In Daniel chapter 7, verse 18, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever. So you have this judgment scene where Rome is judged, and the outcome is the reigning of the saints forever. Well, isn't that the outcome in Revelation chapter 22? In Revelation chapter 22, it says about there being no more curse. The throne of God will be in it, and of the Lamb, and his servant shall serve him. And then you get to verse 5, and they shall reign forever and ever. You have this judgment scene. You have this book and the books being opened. And you have the outcome being the saints reigning forever and ever. Isn't that what Revelation says? Isn't Revelation based on Daniel 7? So the two things that I would like for individuals to remember and consider is that the book of Revelation is based on Daniel 7. It mentions this judgment scene. Daniel 7 mentions the judgment scene. If it's based on Daniel 7, then what that means is Daniel 7, that judgment where the books were open, is not about the end of the world. Revelation 20, if it's based on Daniel 7, then it's not about the end of the world. I don't think it's about the end of the world. But what does it tell us? Now, I think this is one of the most beautiful concepts. What it does picture is what will be set in place until the end of the world. The message, the kingdom, the rule, the reign of one kingdom over all men. What is the one kingdom that's going to rule over all men until the end of the world? Well, that's Christ and his heavenly kingdom. What is the proclamation? Because if there's a kingdom that rules over all men, then that means that there is opportunity and allowance to teach the laws of this kingdom to all nations of men. And that's Christ's kingdom. And the declaration of the victory is the saints are victorious and the truth will be here until the very end. The saints reign forever and ever. That was the promised victory to them. We see they overcame the beast, and we're living an outcome. But this goes back to what I said at the beginning. Yes, I do believe in a second coming. I just don't believe that that's what the book of Revelation is about. Yes, I do believe in a final judgment. I just don't believe that that's what the book of Revelation is about. I believe book of Revelation is based on Daniel 7. Daniel 7 mentions a coming of the Son of Man with the clouds of heaven. That's not the second coming. Revelation mentions, this judgment scene where the books are open. That's not the end of the world in Daniel chapter 7. So hopefully I've been able to encourage you today, open up your mind a little bit. We'll touch some more on these concepts in future videos. And I understand a lot of individuals jumping into it, and it hurts their mind because they're unaware of all this information, and they're in their head, they're thinking, false teacher, false teacher. Why? Because I'm teaching something different than what you were taught. It's about taking in the good information and leaving out the bad information. We want the good information. Let's cast away the bad information. That way, when we share the truth with somebody and they ask questions, that way they can see the consistency. We want consistency in doctrine and in lifestyle. May God bless you as you search his word and reach out to others so that they too might believe in Jesus and be baptized for the forgiveness of their sins, having placed their belief in the resurrected Son of God. Have a nice day.